So Alvaro, here we are with the base wine. We could drink it as wine. It'll be a little too acidic, of course, but we want it to be cava. How do we make it into cava, Alvaro?
Well, first of all, we have to add a little bit sugar, maybe as sugar or as concentrated mousse, and yeast. Okay, we close the bottle hermetically with a metal cap, and we bring it down to the cellar. The fermentation process itself takes only 6 weeks. After that period of time, we have to keep the bottle still down in the cellar in order the wine to get aged, to develop its tertiary characteristics. Okay. There, second fermentation of the wine takes place.
And this is what adds the bubbles, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not only increases the amount of alcohol in the wine, but it adds the bubbles and it produces the so-called lees.
So here we have a horizontal bottle of cava. It's a rosado made from Pinot Noir, but as you can see, it actually has the residue, the lees, the yeast particles in it, actually at the bottom of the bottle, but we don't want them there. I don't want to drink my cava like that, so we have to clean it. What can we do?
We have to get the lees out of it in a process which we call remuage.
So from horizontal position, we're now in a more inverted position because this is the area where we do the remuage, is that right?
That's right.
Can you show us how it actually happens?
Yes, perfectly. We put the bottles in horizontal position in these types and these devices, which are called in Spanish pupitres, okay? And we have to shake them every day a little bit and introduce them a little bit into this hole, okay? So every day the bottle, which started in horizontal position, gets a little bit more and more.
The sediment goes down vertical. This way and down this way rather than lying here.
It flows very gently.
It's gravity, really. It's gravity,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a very natural process, okay? Which, on the other hand, takes about 1 month.
So, of course, there's now been invented a machine. You have them here as well, which does the same thing. Not exactly. A month. How long does it take?
No, 2.5 days, 3 days, depending on which type of.
And the bottle ends up after that 2.5 days completely.
Absolutely vertical.
Upside down, vertical.
And all these lees concentrated in the bottleneck. We can say that as long as this wine is in the bottle and this is closed with the metal cap and in contact with the lees, we have a living wine, a living being. It will get smoother, silkier, nicer, rounder. Okay? Once we've got all these lees in the bottleneck concentrated, we have to open the bottle. Okay? But before that, what we do is to freeze the bottleneck. We put the bottleneck in a water glycol solution at -18 degrees Celsius. So at the end we get a sort of ice cork in which all these leaves lie. Okay, we can put then afterwards the bottle in upside up position. Okay, and degorge the bottle. As the bottle has inside a lot of pressure, this ice cork is just shoot out. Okay. And with the ice core itself, all these sediments, all the lees, this small amount we have lost during the degorgement, okay? And we fill that either with a cava from a previously degorged bottle. I mean, we can have, this is a clean, crystal clear cava, or we can add a little bit of licor d'expedición. Afterwards, we have to cork. This has to be a rather fast process in order not to lose the gas which is still salt inside the wine, inside the fluid, okay? We put a metallic murrión, that's how we call it in Spanish, okay? After that, we have to homogenize the content of the bottle by shaking them, okay? The bottles are then washed, dried, and immediately they are labeled and prepared to
foil on the top.
Exactly,
yeah,
and ready for be delivered and be put into the carton box.
If If this was smelly vision, you too would be able to tell the beautiful aromas and perfumes coming from these gorgeous roses. But behind me, we quite often talk about the perfumes and aromas that come from wines. And here we have a section of vineyard. Why then are we've got roses and vines together? Quite simple in actual fact. Very often roses are planted just at the start of a row of vines. The reason for that is because the roses can get affected by a disease called mildew, which attacks the vines, but it attacks the roses first. So when the people in the field see that there's a problem with the roses, that's when they know to spray the vines.